Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Friday evening yoga. And this evening we are going to do a little bit of Qi Gong, and we're going to do a little bit of yoga's version of this energy release, which is Pawanmuktasanas. Don't worry, there's no test on these names at the end. So let's begin with a little centering. Sitting on your seat towards the front of your seat so that you're encouraging yourself to sit tall and maintain a good posture. Rest your hands wherever they're comfortable, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward. Take this moment to step away from the other things going on around you and step into your yoga time and space. Take all the other hats you wear off and just put your yoga hat on. It's probably a bandana. And then taking note of the parts of the body that are on the ground, so the soles of the feet, and on your chair, the buttocks, perhaps the top of the thighs. Feeling perhaps that sense of the base of the spine having somewhere to rest. Allow the rest of the body to feel a little lift towards the ceiling. And see if you can sit tall without gripping or holding any part of the body too rigidly. Take a few deeper breaths here. Note how your breath naturally falls this evening, and if you can easily move it into a deeper rhythm. As you breathe, perhaps you're aware of some areas of the body that might like a little extra care and attention during the class. See if you can soften the features of your face, your jaw, and your shoulders. And then when you're ready, you can do a Ujjayi breath, so the soft snoring breath. This is the breath where we make the ah or ha sound whispered with the breath. You can start with the mouth open if you like to. Once you've done a few breaths, closing your mouth if you haven't already done so, and continuing to find your best rhythm. See if you can make your breath almost continuous without focusing too closely on it, without holding too rigid in any part of the breath or forcing. As you exhale, perhaps drawing the navel gently in to help you exhale more fully. And as you breathe in, breathing into the sides of the body, the chest and the back. Fill the lungs. As you breathe in, allow the breath to carry you tall. As you breathe out, softening the features of the face, the jaw, and the shoulders. At the end of your next exhalation, allow your breath to fall into quietness, falling back into a more natural rhythm. And in your own time, bringing your chin towards your chest. Feeling that length down the back of the neck. Gently roll the right ear to the right shoulder, the chin back to the chest, and the left ear to the left shoulder. Rolling from one side to the other, or making other neck movements that suit you best. Try to find a little bit of space, perhaps underneath the jaw. If you'd like to, you can make your head rolling a circular motion. And if you'd like to, do it in circles, circling both ways, so changing directions. The next time your chin comes to your chest, returning your head to the center, opening your eyes if they've been closed, and just freeing the arms to the side for a moment to roll through the shoulders. Very good. And we can roll the opposite way as well. And then we're going to come up into standing. So in your own time, especially if you've sort of allowed yourself to drift a little bit with that Ujjayi breath, coming into standing, taking your chair to one side if you need the space. And in standing, we're going to start with shaking. So we're going to step the feet nice and wide apart and just shake ourselves on the spot. So the idea here is to find grounding, to find connection between the feet and the floor, but let the rest of the body be a bit like jelly, which is not a problem for me. I hope it's not a problem for you. You can shake into the fingertips a little bit. If that feels good, you can bounce the arms, the shoulders, taking care to do what feels right for your body. So I do a little side to side sway here on my knees, but that might not suit you so well. If you prefer to shake backwards and forwards with a little twist, then you can do that too. If you feel inclined, you can give your bottom a little bit of a wiggle, your chest a little bit of a wiggle, and your head a little bit of a wiggle, whatever feels good to you. So we're just going to do about another minute of shaking. Feel free to rest if you prefer to rest. And this is just a really nice way to let go of tension that we perhaps aren't aware of carrying. So when you're ready, you can bring yourself back to standing steady and do that as slowly as you need to. If you need to slow your movements down a little bit and just find some steadiness as you come to center. And in the center, just note how you feel as a result of that, perhaps a tingling into the extremities, perhaps a real sense of connection between the feet and the floor. And then from here, we're going to do twisting, so a little softness in the knees, and we're just twisting from side to side. We can wrap the arms around the body, thump the hands or tap the hands lightly wherever they fall. And it might be around about the bottom of the rib cage or the hips, or it could be that you opt for the opposite side of the chest at the top and the opposite hip behind you. Opposite side of the chest in front, though, yeah, not at the top. There we go. So, just a little twisting, beginning to awaken some of that energy, stirring the energy center, which runs adjacent to the spine or in the vicinity of, but is not our spine in the energetic system. Allow your shoulders to be nice and loose. Again, an opportunity to release tension from the shoulders, the chest, the neck perhaps. And you can use a little touch of firmness in the belly, a touch of perhaps a little firmness across the buttocks and the pelvic floor. Perhaps you're aware also of the feet. The feet remain solid on the floor, but you have the sensation across the sole of the feet of twisting and perhaps a little transfer of weight from one side to the other as you twist, although we are twisting around our center. And then whenever you're ready, you can gently begin to release that momentum, just so you come back to standing steady. When you come to standing steady, lengthening the legs for a moment and just feeling again that sense of the result of practice. So if you close your eyes or gaze gently downwards, be aware of sensation in the body and reaction to your practice. And then when you're ready, we can do our Qi breathing. So a little softness in the knees again. You can take the arms out to the side with the palms turned up as you inhale, maybe a gentle lift in the chest. And as you exhale, just drawing the palms down through the center of the body, gathering the Qi into our center, our energetic center. Breathing in as you take the arms out and up, and you can use Yujai if you would like to. Breathing out and allowing the hands to come down through our center, the palms turned down for this part of the breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. Find your own rhythm of breath if this is too fast or too slow for you. Breathing in. And breathing out. I've just come over all warm as a result, I think, of the previous practice and this Qi breath. It can be a really nice way to, even though it's not super vigorous, to warm your body, warm your energy. Let's do 5 more. See if you can make your breath almost continuous, married to the movement. One more. And then here at the bottom of your breath, not hurrying to catch up if you're still going, just taking the opportunity to step the feet a little closer together, free them from where they were on the floor, so that you can feel a sense of just not getting too stuck in one place, let's say. There we are. Okay, so just taking note as you stand of how that practice has made you feel, or how your body feels in response to it. And then we shall do painting with light, which I know is Susan's favourite, and it's also, I think, my favourite too. So stepping the feet again, just a little wider to give you a steady base from which to work, a little softness in the knees, and that encourages a gentle tuck under of the tailbone, not overly vigorous, just a little. And with painting with light, we have our soft fingers, and with relaxed shoulders, raising the arms up in front of us as we breathe in, very drapey in our fingers. And as we breathe out, the fingertips floating through the air and back down to our sides. Okay. Breathing in as you bring the elbows as soft, backs of the hands just drifting up. And breathing out, the fingertips drawn through the air and back to the side. Breathing in, almost like there's a string on the back of your hand, lifting the hand towards the ceiling. And the hand is light as a feather as it drifts back down to the side. Continue with your own rhythm of breath. If you want to, you can close your eyes. If you want to, you can gently lengthen your legs a little as you inhale. And soften the knees as you exhale. This is an aspect of the practice you don't have to do if you don't want to. Let's do 5 more. One more. And then here at the bottom of the movement, just gathering your hands up to take the energy into the center and press it down. And we'll bring ourselves back with our feet a little bit closer together. Just taking a moment, again, you can close your eyes if you'd like to feel the effect of the practice. Now I'm just going to look at my notes. Aces. Oh, yes. Okay. So we will do heaven and earth because we can. And then I think we will move into Pawanmuktasanas from here. So when you're ready, you can take your feet your comfortable distance apart for you, soften the knees a little, and we start with our hands in the center, and we reach one palm up and the opposite palm down. As we inhale, we're going to exhale back to the center. I'm not sure about the breath there. Yes, inhaling, opposite hand up and palm down, and exhale back to center. The hands don't touch in the center, but they sort of move past each other. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep going from side to side. The purpose of this practice is to connect ourselves both to the earth in our energy and to heaven, as it's often called, but to the, you might say, the universal energy. Allow your breath and movement to be coordinated so that you keep your focus on the practice. Let's do 4 more to each side. One more to each side. Coming back to center in your own time and just lengthening the legs, gathering the energy into a ball at the chest and gently pressing down. And then we can step the feet together. Take note of how that feels for ourselves in our energy, in our body, in our emotions. And I've had a change of heart because as we were doing that, my eye was distracted by the leaves moving. I've got a window right ahead of me, so the leaves moving on the trees outside. It's a really, really windy day here, and sometimes if we try to hold ourselves too still in the face of that kind of movement and dynamic energy in the environment, we can feel that we're not quite in unison or in harmony with what's going on around us. It can put us out of kilter. So let us do the tree sway. Why not? Because it feels like the right thing to do. So let's take the feet nice and wide. And so for this one, we're going to bend into the left knee as we reach the right arm to the right and the left arm over the head. And then transfer our weight to the opposite side, reaching the right arm over the head and lengthening the left arm away from the body. And so there's a little twist and transfer of weight. And you can bend your standing knee as much as you'd like to. You can turn the toe out of the foot that you're moving away from. But if you prefer, you don't have to bend quite so deep. you can bring that hand over the head quite close to your head as well. Try to move so that you breathe in on one side and you breathe out on the other. And don't worry too much about which side is which. And allow your center to be strong. Your foundation, whilst it's moving, is still a strong foundation. Let's do 3 more to each side. And then when you're ready, coming back to the center, gathering your ball of energy and gently pressing down towards the mat, or down towards the floor, indeed. Stepping your feet together and then taking the hands and just resting them close to each other to see if you can feel that sensation of connecting energy between the palms of the hands. It doesn't matter if you can't. Maybe you have almost the feeling of holding a ball, and it doesn't matter if you don't feel it because it is there regardless of your tangible sensation. So here, if you do get a little sensation, it's quite nice just to gently press the palms together and apart to feel the feedback of that energy. And then placing that energy into wherever feels good for you. So it could be your center if you're feeling a little bit fatigued after a long, busy week, particularly for those of whom it has been the end of term. And if you have lots of things planned for the weekend, perhaps. A little nice energetic boost to the center here. And then from here, we're going to close this practice by simply bringing our hands to the center of the chest, lifting the chest, taking the chin towards the chest. Feel that gentle length, a little smile to soften the jaw, the throat. And in your own time, raising your head, releasing your hands, and opening your eyes. Aces. Okay, so we're going to come to do a little seated practice for our Pawanmuktasanas. These can be done standing up, and if you feel that you would like to maintain a standing position, go right ahead. So we've done quite a lot for the arms already. So let's do some things for our feet. So if you want to seat yourself a little bit further back in your chair so that the chair seat supports the thighs as well, you can either stick both feet out at the same time or do one at a time. It doesn't matter which. So I'll do one at a time and then we'll do 5 of each side. And if you're doing both at the same time, that's fine. Okay, so starting with it's the evening, so left side first, with the left leg extended or both legs extended. Inhaling as you spread the toes as far as possible and exhaling as you scrunch them up nice and tight. Inhaling, spreading them, and exhaling, scrunching. Inhaling, spreading, exhaling, scrunching. Inhaling, spreading, exhaling, scrunching. We'll do one more because I've lost count. Scrunching And we're going to relax that foot down and do the opposite side, or you may have been doing both together. Inhaling as you spread the right toes, exhaling, scrunching the right toes up. Inhaling, spreading, find space between the toes. Exhaling, scrunching. Inhaling, spreading, lengthening. Exhaling, scrunching. Inhaling, spreading. Exhaling, scrunching. And we're going to float the right foot down. Lifting the left leg again. We're going to point the toes away as we inhale, and exhale, flex the feet all the way back towards the body. Inhaling, pointing. Exhaling, flexing. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more. Inhaling. And exhaling. We're going to float this foot down. You'll notice it's quite good work for the thighs there. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling, pointing the right toes. Exhaling, flexing the foot. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. And gently float that foot back down to the mat. Back down to the floor, sorry, as well. So we've done toe scrunching and ankle bending. We're now going to do a rotation through the ankle. So lifting the left leg, and here just allow your breath to find a natural rhythm. You can do this with the breath, but it is not necessary to coordinate absolutely every last thing with the breath in this class. So just rolling your foot at the ankle and then going the opposite way as well. Trying to get as much movement into that area of the body as you feel is naturally available, without strain, without force. One more in this direction. And then floating the left foot down, we'll lift the right foot up and do the same thing. Just nice big circles, or whatever comes, whatever comes. And note if you have feelings of being stuck or stiff. Let's go the other way as well. And that's okay. This is my ankle that I've dislocated twice, so it just doesn't do quite the same things as the other one. And we get to the stage in life where we've all got those sorts of left-right imbalances. Floating this one down to the floor as well. So now our feet hopefully feel all lovely and warm and wriggly and invigorated. We're going to do our knees now. So you can sit a little bit further forward on your seat so that you are encouraged to sit yourself tall. You can hold the sides of the chair, or you can just rest your hands on your thighs. If you want to, for stability, you can place the right foot flat down onto the floor and really press into that foot. Flex the left heel and then just gently extend and bend through that knee. So we're not looking for absolutely straight or absolutely bent. Be careful you're not going to kick anything underneath your chair. It's just a range of motions, just a lubricating action for that knee joint. Very good. And this one is also very good for encouraging the thigh muscles in the quadriceps here to work in a nice way, in a toned fashion. Very good. I'm going to relax this leg down. Make any adjustments you need to be able to do the other side as well. So flexing through the right foot, perhaps pressing down into the left, and just doing a little gentle extend and bend. Extend and bend. This is called the knee crank. Although it does have a Sanskrit name, which means the knee crank. But I can't remember that one at the moment. It's called Janu something, because Janu is the Sanskrit for knee. There we go. So just doing a few more of these. beginning to feel that effort in the thigh, in a good way, hopefully. One more, and resting down. Very good. So now we're going to see if we can sit towards one side of the seat. So we want to have one knee available to move and the other side of our bodies nice and anchored. So here I'm going to use a little block underneath my right foot so that I can have that sense of stability. I'm going to hold on to the right side of my chair with my right hand and then make nice knee circles with my left knee. And a little firmness in the belly here. Very good. And the opposite way as well. So not too many and not too much of a range of movement. Just something small is good. One more, and resting that foot down. Notice how the two sides feel, and we will shift ourselves to the other side. Just giving a little bit of space on that right side to be able to roll the right knee in a circle or to make circular motions. And what we're looking for in that circular motion is actually a lubricating of the hip joint. Let's go the opposite way as well. Only doing what comes naturally. Sitting this one out, if it's just not for you, that's okay too. One more and done. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so now we have other things that we can do in the Pawanmuktasana series, but often they require one foot to be on top of the other, one foot to be on top of the opposite leg rather. So these are not so comfortable if your hips are a little bit stiffened or if they have had some wear and tear, which is often the case by the time we get through our lives, a few years. So we are not going to do those today, but they are out there. And if you see Pawanmuktasana series, then you might well notice that. So what we're going to do is a little seated twist instead. So here you can have your knees together and your feet together or in that general direction. If you're able to, you can place one foot in front of the other so you're crossed at the ankles, and that encourages the drawing of the thighs towards each other. And if you are able to and you want to, you can do this with one foot crossed over the opposite thigh. So I'm going to do this variation here because I think it's a really nice one to try. We're sitting as tall as possible, drawing the belly muscles in to engage, to give us that sense of long. The left foot is crossed in front of the right. It doesn't matter if your legs are side by side. And then we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh and the left hand behind us to hold on to the seat or the chair back as you choose. Here, before you really crank yourself into this twist, find length down the back of the body and through the back of the neck. Allow the shoulders to come down away from the ears. Firm the belly muscles and just gently turn to your left. Not looking for very far, just a little. Perhaps you feel the engagement down the sides of the body, perhaps in the back of the body more than the front. And then if you want to, you can add your head, so you can turn your head to the left. And if you want to, you can turn your eyes to the left as well. Wherever you get to, take a deep breath in, soft in the shoulders, and a deep breath out. We'll do just one more of those. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Very good. To unwind, we'll turn to the front with the head only. Release the arms, unwind the spine, turn a little to the opposite side, and then back to the center. And if you've had your ankles crossed, uncrossing your ankles, taking a moment with the feet perhaps a little bit apart, the thighs a little bit apart, to find center. And we'll take 2 cleansing breaths here. So sitting tall, breathing in, taking the arms out and up. Breathing out, bringing the hands down to the center of the chest. One more like that, breathing in and breathing out. Here, let's practice the opposite side. So if you want to, you can practice with the knees together. And if you would like to add an extra dimension, just crossing the right ankle in front of the left or the right ankle across the left thigh, as you choose. So here, if your legs are crossed, try to have the sensation of drawing the legs towards each other. Sit very tall. Take the left hand to the right thigh and the right hand behind you to hold onto your chair somewhere so that you're anchored. Before you turn into your twist, find that length and that lift through the body. Soften the shoulders down and then turn to wherever you get to, turning to the right. And if you just check that you haven't gone too far, then turning your head a little bit to the right if you want to. Add that aspect. If you want to add the eyes, turning the eyes to the right as well, or closing the eyes if you prefer. Wherever you get to, checking the shoulders are nice and softened. Taking a couple of long, deep breaths. And when you're ready to release, turning to the front with the head first, releasing the hands, unwinding the spine, turning a little to the opposite side and back to the center. Uncrossing your legs and just giving the body an opportunity to come back to the center. We'll take our 2 cleansing breaths as well. Breathing in, arms out and up. Breathing out, palms to the center of the chest. Breathing in. And breathing out. Very good. Just relaxing the arms, perhaps sitting just a touch further back. So you've got you're not resting into the back of the seat yet, but just a little bit more support underneath the backs of the legs as well. We'll do some of our Pawanmuktasanas for the hands. So reaching the arms out in front of you and have your hands at a height that feels comfortable to you. So they don't need to be super high here. They can be just in front of the chest or slightly lower if you prefer. We're going to spread the fingers apart as we inhale, and as exhale, put the thumbs into the palms and wrap the fingers around. Inhaling, palms spreading, exhaling, thumbs and then fingers. Inhaling, exhaling, soften the shoulders. Inhaling, exhaling. One more. Just using your own rhythm of breath once you know what the movement is. And then relaxing the hands so that the fingertips drape down. And if you need to, giving your arms the rest of bringing them down to the side. I'd probably do that if I was you, just to give your shoulders a little wriggle. Smashing stuff. Okay, we're going to reach the arms back out in front. Let the fingertips be nice and drapey. Inhale the whole hand back towards the body. Exhale the whole hand around so the fingertips come towards you underneath the arm. Inhaling up and exhaling down and under. Inhaling up, exhaling down and under. See if you can do this with your shoulders relaxed, your jaw and your face nice and relaxed too, or smiling. We'll do one more. And then from here, gently releasing the arms down to the side. Just take note of how that feels in the body, maybe doing a little wriggle through the shoulders. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so we'll come back to reaching the arms out in front and just making nice, not shoulder circles, no, wrist circles with the hands. And we'll do this with the fingers extended and go in the opposite direction as well. Don't worry about the clicking. As long as it's not sore, it's all good. Then coming back to the center, thumbs into the palms, fingers wrapped around, same thing again, wrist circles, but this time with that added dimension of this hand position. And the opposite way as well. So my right wrist clicked every time on the previous rotation, and my left wrist is clicking every time on this way. Oh, how funny. Okay, and then in the center, relaxing the hands, the arms come down to the side, and the shoulders a little bit backwards and forwards, perhaps, just to release any tension. And then we're going to take our arms out in front of us, but with the palms turned upwards, lifting the arms to a point that feels comfortable for you, perhaps around about chest or shoulder height. As you inhale, lengthen the fingers away from you, and as you exhale, draw the fingertips to the shoulders, but keep your elbows up as well. Inhaling, lengthening the arms, exhaling, touching to the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Remember, you can always move at your own rhythm. If you're going slower, that's okay. From your exhaled position, taking the elbows out to the sides, doesn't matter how high they are as long as they're not super low and higher than the shoulders. So inhaling here as you lengthen the arms out to the side, exhaling, touching fingers to shoulders. Try to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed as you move, keeping the neck also relaxed, so not too rigid in the back of the body. Inhaling, arms long, exhaling, touching shoulders. We'll do two more. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. And then here, just drawing elbow circles. And it doesn't matter if you want to coordinate your breath with the movement, you can, but if you just want to simply move as your body, then that's fine. Taking a few circles, we'll do two more in this direction. And then the opposite way as well. Just trying to get the elbows as full a circle as you feel comfortable doing. We'll do one more in this direction. Let the arms rest down to the side. Make any movements that feel good to you. And we're going to finish with just a little bit of head movement. So we've already done neck rolls, which is lovely at the beginning of the class. We're going to sit very tall, retract the chin, rest the arms, rest the shoulders down, and simply turn to look over the left shoulder. Turn back to the center, and turn to look over the right shoulder. And back to the center. A couple more times, side to side. From the center, taking the left ear to the left shoulder, drawing the head back upright and right ear to right shoulder. Just slow the movement down if you like to, if you'd like to explore a little longer. One more to each side. And then here in the center, we're actually going to stand up. I know that it's almost time for relaxation, but we're going to stand up to do a downward facing dog, just to keep that central channel of the body nice and lengthened so that our energy can move back into it more readily in relaxation. So with your hands on the back of your chair, walking your feet away, and then softening the knees, lengthening through your tailbone, pressing down into the chair back with your hands so you don't just sag into the tops of your shoulders. Lifting in the belly, I already said that. Extending through the tailbone, soften the knees. You can wiggle your hips from side to side if you'd like to, or you can pedal through the backs of the knees or turn your head from side to side. If you want to make some movements, if you prefer to hold still, you can hold still too. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then softening the knees a little deeper to be able to look at your seat, walk towards your chair, and take a moment as you come into your standing upright position, just to feel the effect of all of that practice. It's deep but gentle work. And then we are preparing for relaxation. So gather something warm to wear and a blanket to wrap yourself up in. I have those bits and pieces just here off camera, she says. And then we will sit ourselves down for just a nice, gentle. It's been very breath oriented, this class with the Qi Gong and the Pawanmuktasanas. So I'd like to continue that theme in relaxation. We're going to use a breath mantra. This mantra is so ham. So if you see it written down, it's S-O, so, and ham, just as you would expect H-A-M. It's sometimes pronounced so hum, as opposed to ham. So it's entirely up to you how you pronounce it, of course. This mantra means I am that. So it's a little bit like saying that you are part of the universal energy, and there is no difference between you and the whole energy. There we are. So if you prefer not to use it, that's okay, absolutely up to you. When you come to sit in your seat, sit towards the back of your seat, allow your hands to rest wherever they're comfortable. You can place them in a mudra if you'd like to, hold one and the other, or just rest them flat. Close your eyes or gaze, definitely close your eyes. Definitely close your eyes for relaxation. And allow your body to come to stillness, making any adjustments now, any little fidgets, before bringing your body into stillness for our practice of relaxation. Let's begin with some breathing. So take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Repeat 3 more times. A deep breath in, and let all of the effort of practice go. Deep breath in, let your muscles begin to relax. Deep breath in, and surrender your weight down into the floor and your seat. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm and fall into quietness. Feel the body softening from the top of the head, across the forehead, the center between the eyebrows spreading, the eyes relaxing, the jaw releasing, the tongue soft, the shoulders resting down, the whole body feeling heavy but warm and supported, softening a little deeper with every breath. Bring your awareness to your breathing. And if you want to use the mantra, mentally repeating so as you breathe in and hum as you breathe out. Breathing in so, breathing out hum, just repeating it in your mind. Breathing in so, breathing out hum. So ham. So ham. Continue to do this, keeping your awareness on your breath or on the mantra for the remainder of relaxation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving your fingers and toes. And then rolling your wrists and your ankles, just as we did in class. When you're ready, you can take a deep breath in, stretch the arms or stretch the legs or both. Maybe stretching the face of the yawn. Make any movements that feel good. Then come to rest with the hands over the center of the chest. Here, just taking a moment to repeat this mantra in your mind. Hari, Om, Tat, Sat. Hari, Om, Tat, Sat. Which is the equivalent of make it so, or let it be done. So from here, taking the hands to Namaste, lifting your chest, taking your chin towards your chest. Gentle smile to release the throat, release the jaw, and in your own time, raising your head and opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.